There we go. OBS took a while to switch scenes there. Hi, we're back for our next episode of Animus. We've already been laughing up a storm in Zoom with funny stuff about Rip. So it's gonna be a fun one. We're all kind of on one today. It's gonna be great. Before we jump in, I'm gonna say a few quick words about our sponsor, which is helps if I put in the right command. There we go. It is Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system that's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play anything that you'd like, from sci-fi like this to high fantasy, and pretty much everything in between. You can pick up physical copies on Amazon or digital copies on my coffee shop, which is right in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You can also pick up a free quick play guide there if you just want to try out some of the core mechanics of the system. It's pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to let everybody introduce themselves and their characters, and then we'll jump into the story. We'll start in the top left with Quinn. Tell us about Sparky and yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Quinn. I'm a writer, and tonight I'm playing Sparky, who is basically an ex-assassin turned assassin for good, who is also slowly becoming less panicked, but still pretty panicky, and also probably has no self-preservation instincts left over because they almost died recently again. They're not the glue that holds the ship together, but they certainly are the sprinkling.
That's fair. Next, we've got V. Tell us about Annie and yourself.
Hi, I'm V. Or Vanessa. I am an artist. I work primarily in digital art, and I have an art Twitter, which is at Pepero Draws. If you'd like to check out my work, you can see some sketches that I've posted there recently. And I play Annie, who is sort of like a funky Robin Hood character, where instead of stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, she would steal from the rich and then sell to the slightly less rich. So that's how she made her living while on the run in space. She is also the only person who has her memories back of the past. So she was the only person to make that decision. But yeah, they just left her little brother in the hands of the mining colony, right? That's where we left them. So she's a little sad that she doesn't have her brother with her anymore, but she also sent Alistair, who is a character from Violentis. He's looking over the kiddos for her while they're gone. So at least she knows they're in good hands. Yeah, that's me and Annie.
Awesome. Next, hop over to Alex. Tell us a little bit about Billy and yourself.
Hello, I am Alex. I am an exhausted digital artist who is nearly impossible to find these days. I should really go back to DeviantArt. Let's see. I'm playing Billy, who is a cyborg miner who is not a miner. She's actually in her 30s. From a mining colony, and is now part of the crew, and may be getting very, very revolutionized, and thinks the captain is like the best person ever. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Next, we've got Hannah. Tell us a little bit about Lev and yourself.
Greetings, mortals. I'm Hannah, or Woe Hannah, writer-esque human, and tonight I will be playing current time, I will be playing Lev, who is the ship's newest crew member and also doctor, combat medic, and I do guns, which we might need because dealing with a cult. I mean, not a cult. They don't want you to call it a cult, but like not a cult.
Yes, the not a cult that has the ship, the not a cop. Perfect. Awesome. Next, we've got Goody. Speaking of the cult, tell us a little bit about Captain and Ambrose for this episode.
Yeah, I guess I am doing both again. Okay, so I'm Goody, and I play Captain, who is shock and surprise, the captain of the ship. And she is an android with sentience, but no desire to be a human. Understand them better, maybe, but not be one. And she is a Black Ops murder droid, but she loves flowers more than anything. And her incredibly stupid crewmates, who, Sparky, it's not just you. None of you have a sense of preservation. And she's just, trying to keep everyone alive. And then Ambrose is the other character, and he is from Violentis, like Nessa's character Alistair is as well. And there's really no way to put it other than he's a bad person. He's a megalomaniac. He does not want to do something unless it directly benefits him some way. He runs a cult that's like, there's no mincing words about it. He runs a cult. He's richer than God, as he puts it. And he'll get richer if he wants to. But he doesn't really... You couldn't appeal to his humanity, if that makes sense. Because I think he probably sold that too. But yeah, that's Ambrose, our little cult leader.
Awesome. And that just leaves me. I am Raven. I am a professional GM and game designer, voice actor, and artist. And then I play everybody else in the galaxy, including Daisy, who was the big bad from season 1 and has since then been a member of the crew. And who else is on the ship now? I guess just Rip is the only other NPC we have on the ship right now. He's a space cowboy that used to work for the huge organized crime syndicate. And he has since sort of defected over to the crew. He's like an ally on the ship, I guess, rather than an actual member of the crew. Yeah, as Goody put it, the crew humiliated him into a new job. He's an intern. That works. But yeah, that's who I play in the game, as well as all the other NPCs. And then when we left off last episode, it was after the big dinner where everybody got kind of creeped out by Ambrose, and had kind of left, and Rip sort of disappeared. And when the Reverend sort of made his exit, there was the sound of a hammer clicking. So what is the Reverend's response to hearing the hammer clicking and somebody saying, "We need to talk"?
He does the hands up thing, but not like an enthused hands up thing, just like the bent at the elbow, annoyed. Yeah, and he's just gonna say, "What do you want, Rip?"
Well, I know you've had dealings with my former employers, and I need information. I need to know if they're hunting me, if they're hunting this crew, I guess you'd call them, that I'm running with, and what their position is in the war. Because, well, I ain't got a lot of contacts left in there, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I heard they fired your ass.
Something like that. I like to think of it as a mutual agreement that I should no longer be employed by them.
Well, look, we can talk like civilized gentlemen if you put your gun away.
Yeah, it's not the rumors I heard about dealings with you.
If you're talking about the ship I shot out of the sky, they started it.
That's what they always say. At any rate, fine. He puts the hammer back down on his gun and holsters it.
I assume now the Reverend can turn to face him.
Yeah.
And he puts his hands down at his side and just says, "What do you want to know exactly?" You're wondering if the cartel's looking for you?
I need to know. Yep, I need to know if they're looking for me, if they're looking for the crew that I'm with, and where did they land in the whole war situation.
Where does the cartel stand in the war situation? Were they helping manufacture the androids?
They were. As I recall, they were kind of trying to play both sides. So feel free to take creative license on that. Whatever you want to have them know, go for it.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it'll surprise you that the cartel didn't take a stance on the war.
Well, not officially.
Of course not. Have they ever taken an official stance on anything?
Well, there was
Support
that.
abortion rights.
What was that?
The one stand they took. The cartel supports abortion rights.
Oh yeah, they did do that one. So yeah, Rip mentions that, and it's like, and there was pretty strong opinions on Taco Tuesdays.
Right. Anyway, those funky little androids that are running around now with the brains in them,
Mm-hmm.
they helped make them.
Well, I knew that, but that doesn't exactly mean they're not playing a different angle.
And that nasty little virus I heard that people were talking about, blowing up people's brains, making them sneeze too violent,
Yeah.
pretty sure they helped develop that too. So,
I'm sorry, how did you find out about that?
wasn't it released? Like, that's what set the universe on fire?
It was, yeah.
Did we like?
We did it. We did.
I think,
Oh, I must have been gone for that.
I think you might have missed that session.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Okay, got it. Okay,
They,
I'm back on board.
It was all distributed as a leak, like framed to be like a leak.
Tell Hannah what you rolled for that.
Yeah, oh, I am. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a d20 roll to see like what things happened. And it was like, did they how well did they receive this news? And it was like a 2, I think. And then it's like, do they believe it? And I rolled like a 19. And then I was like, what's their reaction to it? And I rolled a nat 1.
I do remember that part. All right, okay,
Yeah.
it's coming back to me.
So yeah, the galaxy is a hot mess right now. Civil and political unrest and fighting and
Just
yeah,
exposed everyone.
it's a mess. Anyways, where were we?
So
Oh yeah,
he told him that he helped make that too.
Yeah.
Or that they helped make that too. He's not part of the cartel. So honestly, with how things are going now in this here galaxy, I think you might be a little low on their priorities.
Oh, that's always good to hear.
Have those idiots of yours left a trail of any kind?
Kinda.
And what the hell is up with that captain? That's not a normal android. What is that?
Yeah, that was she was a secret project of my former employers.
Why is she not in their possession anymore?
You know, that's a good question. I never really did get the whole story on that. I just was told to bring her back.
Couldn't do that either, eh?
They're surprisingly resourceful for, how did you put it?
We can call them enterprise and primates for all I care.
That's a good one.
But no, honestly, I doubt they're looking for you. They probably think you went and put yourself at the bottom of a bottle.
Alright, well, if you could do me a favor and, encourage that assumption,
What's in it for me?
I'd be grateful. Well, I didn't shoot you in the back.
How beautiful would it be if out of sight of Rip, Stanley Tucci was behind him with a gun? Like, honey, that was never an option.
Oh my god. And then somehow New Skeeter is like up on a ledge with a sniper rifle pointing at him.
Yeah, it's a mess. Well, much obliged. I'll say a few words about that poor old has-been Rip. Heard he ate his gun.
That'll work. I'll send something your way for the troubles.
Thank you kindly. Now, if I do that, don't go doing something stupid and making me a liar. Because if there's one thing I've never been, Rip, it's a liar.
Oh,
He just sort of stares at you like, really? Really?
Now you want a party or what? Come on.
No, that's fine. I don't plan on doing anything stupid. But unfortunately, with the way the galaxy is and the way this crew gets to you, might do something right for a change, so we'll see. And he
Consider maybe ditching the name, Rip Rose. The hell even is that?
He takes out this revolver and not pointing at you or anything like that, and just sort of pulls the hammer back and spins the cylinder, kind of looking at it, sort of like one would look at like an old friend. Says, it's got a nice ring to it though. He sort of does a little gun trick, flipping it back and forth on his finger, holsters it. You have a good night. He tips his hat and walks away.
Will do. He tips his hat back and just puts his hands in his pocket and stalks off.
Meanwhile, back at the ship, what's everybody up to?
Probably like showering, honestly.
That's fair.
Billy also just like hot shower and just like ew, 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 ew.
Captain put herself through the disinfectant round from like when we were doing the Z's.
We still have the shoddy disinfectant all night.
So she just went and stand in that for like a while.
That's amazing. Has anyone checked in with like your other contacts out in the galaxy recently?
I think Sparky did.
Okay.
In last session, maybe, because we were looking for people to like disseminate the info.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't remember what the result was.
Couldn't tell you.
Well, feel free to do so again if you would like, because there might be new information. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Would you like me to roll for that?
Sure. Let's go with speech.
Okay.
30.
30.
Awesome. As you start contacting around, you are able to get a hold of Hewlett Mats. And they explain that they are having just a boom of business, as they're now one of the most strategic fuel points in the galaxy. So your contacts there let you know that if you need resources for furthering the cause, if you will, that they can help provide that. Weirdly, you are unable to reach the mining colony. Let's see, what other contacts do you have? If you reach out to Zevi, they are also flush with cash and having a very fun time for them, and are available for hire for jobs. I think
I swear we had someone else as a contact.
Yeah. Oh, you had Tolan. And now Tolan's replacement.
Yeah, Tolan's replacement, I think, was more, because Tolan was still tracked by the feds.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a good idea just be like, hey, Tolan, how's it going?
Yeah,
Just to bring back his acid reflux.
Well, and I wonder also if we can't get a hold of the mining company, if Annie might not have like a special, like, sort of connection to her brother, you know?
It's quite possible. And yeah, Toland's pretty low on the GPF's priority list right now. Yeah, if you talk to Annie about it, Annie might be able to get a connection directly to Liam. Vacation Grandpa, you can contact, but there's no reply. And I wanted to say somebody had a contact on Earth, but I can't remember who it was. Was that just Daisy?
It would have been just Daisy.
Yeah, it's just Daisy because Seattle was the only other one who might have had Earth contacts.
That's right. Okay, I'll roll for Daisy.
Well, for all we know, Lev has Earth contacts, but you
That's
fucking
true.
have to ask them.
That's true. Daisy is able to contact Earth, and the polite mafia is actually actively working to overthrow the corporate government.
The polite mafia's on our side. Hell yeah!
I don't know if I go that far. They're definitely working with us, though.
We're adjacent on us side.
Oh, you are also able to get a hold of the Trash Pandas. They've lost contact with Alice. And they also let you know that they've lost contact with Lily.
Oh shit, that's Daisy's girlfriend.
Daisy's girlfriend.
Right, okay.
So that is the information you have on what's going on in the galaxy with your contacts right now.
Maybe
is there any
Sparky
that
would...
maybe,
Sorry, go ahead.
Annie can contact those two because she's got more of the weird back alley connections.
Yeah, if Annie wants to do that directly, or if Sparky wants to go talk to Annie about it.
Let Annie do it, just to speed things up.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Annie was still in direct contact with Alice and her brother. I think, didn't she set that link up before?
She did. So you can check it if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go with computers for that one.
Okay. And because this would have been a direct link that she had purposely set up, can I use my holocard points?
You can.
Okay. It would have been nice if I had been funneling points into that over the course of our game. Haven't been, but let's see. So 35. I would also like to let you know that with that 30, I rolled a 2.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting, isn't it? So it's 35.
Oh, I love that. So 35. Yeah, you're surprised to find that the vid link is not working. You're unable to reach them on video or audio, but you do get back on the text option. When you try to reach out, there is a frog emoji that gets sent back.
Okay. She's going to pass along the message that while the link does not seem to be fully functional at the moment, they do seem to be okay.
Yeah. And there's probably some other emoji along with it, some symbol, like a code that you and Alice have had in the past, where it's basically like, I can't really talk right now because there's some shit going down, but I'm alive and okay.
Yeah. So she'll pass that along.
It occurs to me that perhaps leaving the mining colony after a Black Ops ship landed on there and all of that happened was maybe not our smartest idea.
Yeah, I'm realizing that too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We did kind of decommission it, though. So it's at least plausible deniability.
I think we took all of those dudes hostage, but I guess it's entirely possible that more dudes can show up. That's
More dudes.
more dudes.
God, where are these things coming from?
Test
A
tube.
literal factory.
Dude factory.
I'm at a
I
loss,
think
so if anyone
that's
else has any
the
ideas.
Android fucking assembly place is probably.
I have nothing from what we've learned, so if anyone else has any ideas.
Did the Violentus crew destroy the factory that they found? I can't remember. I know we shot it up, but did we destroy the factory after we got footage?
I don't think so. I think we left as soon as we could because we were being shot at.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks. I'd shoot at us too, but
Do y'all want to go back and check on them since they're like the only people we can't get a hold of?
I do. But
it
that's
could
because
be a trap.
yeah, that's because I'm worried about them and also the ship.
Annie is fairly certain that at this very moment there's nothing happening based on Alice's response. So if you guys show like any agitated state with her in your presence, she will reassure you of that. There wouldn't be a frog if that was the case.
Yeah, like
Unless
we
he's
would
been compromised.
Oh, would they know about the frog?
No.
Tell us your secret codes. Well, you see, there's this frog emoji.
It's a frog, right? I'm fairly certain. Raven, call me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain aside from the crew, nobody else knows about the frogs.
There's probably some other people in Trash Pandas that do, but the list is short. And yeah, sorry for the silence. I was taking some notes, and I did not realize that my mic was muted while I was doing that. So yeah, there is something going on at the mining colony, at least, because you can't contact them, and there's only text back from Alice, like on a secured line. Here in the compound, Dr. Carter is working on the vaccine.
I would be with her both to help with that, and also be big muscle lady against any not cultists.
Let's see.
To be fair, the cultists themselves are pretty chill.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. Let's just
Until they're
keep it
threatened.
Read everything
beneath
about
us.
that sentence.
Okay. Yeah, you're making quick progress on the vaccine work now that you're in a research facility. Still not sure exactly how long it's going to take, though. And then I believe you had plans to go into town to try and upgrade the ship.
I don't remember with what, though.
I don't either.
I was under the impression when we got here that there was like someone who told us there wasn't really much on this planet for that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they didn't have the facilities for what we wanted to do.
Not
whatever
even
that
in
was.
Craigsylvania proper?
I don't think we asked in there.
I believe the answer that you got is there's some places that could do it, but they're also just as likely to steal your ship.
I mean, that tracks.
So, there's a lot of options for things to do. What would you all like to pursue at this point?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm having a hell of a time getting my brain to function. Sparky would probably just keep searching around, maybe using their old aliases to like dig up some more information about the war itself. Maybe places that they should investigate or otherwise be a plant in.
Okay.
Did Ambrose tell us where this facility that they shot up was?
No, but I bet if you asked him, he would tell you.
Valid.
Yeah, let's go with another speech roll for Sparky's contacts.
Can I add my assassin training to that? Because
Yeah.
I am doing some subterfuge. Okay. 36 plus 7, so 45.
Nice. So yeah, you're able to reach out and you're able to find out that the war is a lot more chaotic than it was before. The Loyalist faction and the NFA are still fighting, whereas the neutral faction and the GPF are kind of having to fight the common people. And so there's a lot of like crossfire happening. Supply chains are breaking down. The war is kind of not exactly coming to a halt, but it's a lot less organized, and
There's a wrench in the gears.
yeah, it's
Okay.
not progressing at the same speed. Sort of a giant quagmire in the galaxy, basically.
So what you're saying is we need more wrenches.
That could
No,
help.
what I think she's saying is we need a power hose.
I feel like we need to have a consistent
Cars made of
message,
wrenches.
propaganda.
Yeah, we could start spreading more different propaganda now that everyone's riled up enough to like take what we give.
Yeah.
What kind of uniting message would we do, though?
I have no idea. I'd have to
Want to
think.
overthrow the corporate councils.
That seems like too big a step, though.
I mean, people are pissed off enough.
They are, but I
They
don't
did
know
take
that
the
they're
news
pissed off
very
enough to
poorly.
like throw themselves en masse at what is essentially the only form of government in the galaxy.
I
We
mean,
could start with seize the means of production.
That's more what I'm thinking. Something like a step up. You know, hamstring them before we go for the jugular.
I don't know. I think the giant release of information was the hamstring. We need to go for the jugular now.
We only get one shot, though.
We will fail every shot we do not take.
That's true.
That doesn't
But-
Had one shot.
matter, though, because if we take this shot and it fails, we're dead.
There are a lot of high stakes happening, that's true.
Yeah. Not only are we dead, but probably a large percentage of the people helping us are dead. So I'm hesitant of going for the jugular just because a wounded animal really wants to bite. Presumably, I've never seen a wounded animal. I'm not sure what that would entail, but this would have been told. You know, if I was bruised, but I wasn't like down, I would probably still want to put up a fight. And right now, it just feels like we bruised them.
Well, we could like try interfering, like running a bit of interference between the two fighting factions to get them like mutually assured destruction and all that.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like turn
What
them, make
about a
them do the
bombing
work.
run with the virus on one of the factory planets?
I refuse to use virus.
Super uncomfortable with the moral implications of that.
Yeah.
It's a really unethical virus. Like,
I'll blow up a ship.
That was more me out of character kind of thing.
Okay,
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's not
For
a
sure.
Billy idea.
that's why I was like, Billy, goddamn.
That's not a Billy idea. That is Alex doing the is very tired and going very logical on this.
No, that's fair. And like logically, that's a great idea. But also, we don't know how it works properly. I'd be scared of reinfecting everybody.
Yeah.
Billy's going to actually break up a point. What about the lizard virus?
I don't believe that was a full virus. I believe that was genetic mutilation.
Yeah, but
Um,
it was started by the virus. It was
Yeah.
one of trials.
It was like a retrovirus sort of thing. Was that one? Like you have the data on it. You could
Mhm.
conceivably replicate it if you really wanted to.
I'm not keen to turn
replicate?
our enemies into big reptiles.
Reptile Kate?
Oh my god.
I got your joke. Don't worry.
I
Thank
mean,
I'm
they
with
still
you.
retain their intelligence, and there's a possibility of them being able to be cured in the future.
So they'll be intelligent lizard people,
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to open doors anymore. They don't have a.
but they would be able to kill people with their hands.
I gotta
Also,
admit,
isn't poor Petey like suffering in his state?
Also, that, yeah.
I will be working on it as soon as I'm done a vaccine.
you know, I did not expect us to be debating the merits of war crimes today.
There are no merits. I think that's the point we're getting to.
that
I think
that
that, like-
was my point.
Very obviously, like one of the biggest goals is probably to shut down their ability to create more of these things because that's fucked. And
So
then
what
then
if-
we can figure out what to do with the ones that are already made.
So what if we find out what they're using to make them, like materials?
Also,
Yeah.
Billy just had an actual idea, like
Okay.
for me. What about creating a nuclear pulse device that runs the EMP, so it'll just keep building up, and just as they're starting to think everything's good again, it'll drop off again and send out another EMP blast. Because
Like a
that
looping
knocked
EMP?
everything out.
It would probably knock, well, maybe the androids are shielded, but it would at least do something to the factory.
Would-
And if we set it up multiples of these so they go off at different times too.
Problem is, Captain survived one. We can't guarantee the Captain won't be affected by it. Essentially, a cascading one.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's
We
also
would
true.
need to be very far away when it went off.
I will say through your contacts and what you've known already in the past, there are factories on Mars, and I think if you didn't already know this, you know it now. There's one on Ceres.
I think we did know that. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I have an idea, though. It does involve a virus, but it does not involve using a virus on people.
Huh?
Picture,
like a-
if you will, something that eats through the materials they need, like a bacteria.
So before they are even
Starts
formed.
pointing vigorously. Yes, because I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the iron-eating one.
Mm-hmm.
It is so annoying and so hard to keep out of places.
It's
I know where we
basically
can get
like
some.
an infestation. And if we
Captain is
release that,
uncomfy.
at the very least, they would have to stop production to deal with it.
Another question. The like brainy robots. How, like, what's the split on how they function? Like, organic function versus, like cybernetic kind of function.
Yeah, y'all have access to enough of the schematics and everything that you'd be able to know that. So I know it's mostly brain function that controls it, but it does have like secondary CPUs and like relays to send the signal. So just like your human nervous system. There are components that handle sending the signals to the rest of the body.
Theoretically, if we were to say create a virus of a different type that targets the electronic portions of these things, are they reliant enough on the mechanical part that could be feasible based on the schematics that we have?
So like my only concern is will the brain die if the rest of the body loses
Probably.
functionality?
Well, I mean, there's not like long term, there's not really going to be any way that we can save these things.
This
Like
gives,
Not all of them.
this actually gives Billy an idea. It's like, what if instead of that, could you make him a virus that gives them free will?
How much do we know about how they're grown?
And
Well,
how they're programmed?
You know that they
With the
are. You know that they are. The brains are cloned, and that they're like flash imprinted with an actual person, who is like in their military. So presumably, you don't have a way to confirm this at the moment, but presumably everybody that's sort of given their template has volunteered for it.
Okay, in that case, Billy's like, wait a minute. If this is all, then these are all like false memories that are implanted on top of them.
Yeah, it's
Hey, What about that thing that made you all lose your memories?
Sorry, what?
They all lost.
Sparky's
their
gonna go look over at
memories.
Daisy.
And it's like,
Yeah, everyone's going to stare at Daisy.
Daisy's
That's-
just like
that's
pulling up the front of her hoodie over her face.
it's like Daisy made everyone lose their memories so they would kill each other.
I
We're just
was
like,
a-
look.
I was a really angry
It's just a phase.
teenager at the time. I was angry at my parents. It was my rebellious phase.
We
I'm
also
not proud of
overwrote
it.
my free will at one point.
Yep, and we've learned from that, and have never done anything like that even remotely ever again, and never will.
Because you would be eviscerated physically, Daisy.
Also that, but also because I know better now. I have
They're like-
but do you remember, like, could you make more of it? Could we get it into the system, maybe?
I mean,
Could
I deleted everything. I'd
Yeah,
have to
but
rewrite
the
it
internet's
from.
forever.
Oh no, I didn't put that out on the net. That would be
The net is forever too.
very bad.
Or open
that be
source
immoral?
amnesia code.
Yeah.
Just LimeWire that shit.
Let me
And
just go to the
instead-
Wayback
instead you just
Machine
get
and
an audio
re-download
file
my
of Clinton.
amnesia code. Oh my god. But she's like, yeah, I no longer have it. I deleted all of it so that there would never that was part of the whole. This is never happening again. I might be able to rewrite it from memory, though. Ironically,
Didn't we have to
go through
retrieve?
loops? Yeah, that's what, like, didn't we have to jump through hoops to get what we needed for Annie?
Yeah,
yeah.
the old doctor had us get it, and then tried to, stab us in the back
And
over
the
it.
doctor had all his notes written together when he was leaving, so we still have his old notes.
Yeah, but theoretically, we would need to find who has a monopoly on the ingredients, and then either that or steal in large quantities. I don't know how
kind of have
feasible.
an idea about that because we did visit one of the labs
It's true.
and almost killed somebody.
Also, Ambrose would be somebody to contact about that as well.
That's true.
If you need the money, I hate to break it to you.
So, you do know that Fuel at Matt's is flush with cash and able to help with resources. Cartel's probably not a great ally for this particular job, but the Polite Mafia might have access to the chemical compounds you need to make the drug.
I vote we go for the factory on Mars, if only out of character because Mars is haunted. Captain's decrypted.
That's true. So between the drugs and Daisy's ability to potentially program like a mass distribution system.
Plus some sort of bacteria or otherwise that could eat through some of the raw materials.
Yeah, so there's a few options. There are some implications there to think about because all of the human android hybrids are basically like the clones from Star Wars. if you want to draw a comparison. So they are copies of people, but they are still like people in the strictest sense. So
I'm
there's
not sure we're the people to discuss the like validity of the human soul.
I'm just saying there's some things to think about before mass wiping their memories.
If I remember right, a lot of what they flash into their memories is similar to what was done to Sparky, right?
Similar, yeah.
Like Sparky was like the test bed, the alpha version of it.
Yeah, the program that Sparky was involved in sort of led to this one.
Right. I don't know if Sparky would be against ending their lives potentially, just given knowing what they'd gone through, in some way, shape, or form. They don't know that these people would want to be saved. Speaking frankly, but that is Sparky's opinion.
And Captain isn't totally awesome down with the idea of everybody losing control. But also, this
is like the best outcome because it means they still get to live and they actually get a chance then at being a person, their own person sort of thing. Because she's definitely noticed that in Sparky and stuff. It was like,
Sparky wasn't a soldier though. Sparky didn't volunteer. Sparky was
Yeah.
indoctrinated from like as a kid.
And also, I mean, if I was a soldier who like that was my entire existence and then somebody just like that took it away from me, I don't think I'd be wanting to exist for much longer at all. Like the panic and the crisis that would happen.
Yeah.
Plus,
That's
how would it
at best
affect?
a mental breakdown.
Yeah, like the that's like what happens in Doctor Who when they
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they return emotions to the Cybermen and they just lose it.
yeah.
Yeah. And then like also think about it economically, which I hate saying that. You're going to have thousands upon thousands of people in need of care, in need of work, in need of function.
And non-trivial care at that.
And who is going to provide that? What skills would they have at that point that they could offer other than sheer existential terror?
Hey, Raven,
Well,
Mhm.
consider that it.
do you think we could maybe take like a 5-minute break and reconvene?
Yeah, that's totally fine. It's about time for the break anyway, so we'll be back in just a bit, and we'll figure out what we're doing with this. We'll be right back. Boy, OBS is taking a long time to switch over. There we go. Welcome back, everybody. So after some discussion and philosophical debate, we have chosen a direction to go, and it's going to be pretty fun. I am excited about it. So, crew has this little conversation, trying to figure out what to do about the androids with the human brains. And then you're going over the schematics, because Sparky, you were looking for something that might be able to get rid of components.
Yeah, some of the base materials.
And the mechanical parts.
Even just in the factories. Yeah.
Yeah. And in your research, you find the name of a lab that actually ends up being like the primary producer of like a key component to making these androids.
Okay.
And Lev, that company name sounds really familiar to you.
If
when did spook me? What's up?
If we're wanting to go in this direction of shutting down the production of this compound, I might have someone I can contact. I'm not saying they would be happy to hear from me, but
Most people aren't these days. From us, sorry, not from you. Just in general.
But maybe with Annie's technological help, we can get some information out of her nonetheless.
If you want, I can always put on my like whole thing about being the leader of the Conch Corps syndicate, and we could maybe be pretending to buy some of it. Just know that's an option.
I feel like there's a lot of shit I've missed about you guys since I first came on here.
Yeah. We have a shell company. So that's an option. I could also be a lawyer and pretend to, be litigating against them.
Well, I don't know how your hacking stuff works, but is it possible that if I can get in contact with her, you'd be able to use that connection to, I don't know, search her personal computer if that's where I'm calling her from?
I'm presuming that's towards Annie.
Towards Annie or whoever has computer know-how.
Sorry, I was petting my cat. I didn't know you were talking to me.
Fucking mood though. Fair.
He's sleeping on the back of the couch and he's really cute.
What a sweetie.
Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to my cat.
Basically, if Lev can get in a personal call with someone who's pretty high up at this compound production place, is it feasible for Annie to use that connection to hack her fucking computer?
Annie informs you that it's a little more on the nose to what she was doing before she spent her time with this crew than you'd like to imagine. So yes, absolutely, she can do that for you.
I'll just ask you to disregard any of the actual conversation happening if you happen to have to listen while that's going on.
All right.
But if that's a direction that we want to go with, Lev is like, I'll do this. But only because I like your cause. Not because I like any of you.
That's okay. That's a common sentiment to start with. You'll come around.
Now, a question, does Lev still have her number?
Almost certainly. It's and it would be physically written down somewhere.
So yeah, you've got the equipment that you need on the ship to be able to do this. So I guess as long as Lev and Annie are both ready, we can jump into it.
it occurs to me that I'm like, what information are we trying to get from her actually now that I think about it? Like the
That's a good
location or like
question.
we'd probably be ready for what we're trying to do here.
Who they're selling it to, like what locations they're shipping it to.
I guess. Sorry, I've got a little lost, so I could use some help here.
You're good. So yeah, just basically, just as soon as you're ready with what you want to say, you can make the call.
Right. The speaking part.
Yeah, just as much information, really. Like,
Okay.
I would assume shipping info.
Yeah.
Also, Annie is going to have a little pad of paper next to her. Because she's got a decent speech roll, so if Lev gets stuck, she's gonna like mad scribble down some notes and hold up the page, like say this.
Perfect.
Especially if it ends up just being the two of the room, Lev will be like, okay, so this is I'm gonna level with you. Level. This is possibly maybe my ex.
Gotcha. Don't worry about it. We'll be okay. This is fine.
It's fine. I'm historically known for good at speak.
Sure are, Lev. Sure. But just before we get started on this, when you say X, just theoretically, are we talking about like left on good terms, or more like we could be walking into, you know, our call being traced and our ship being bombed? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, where do we fall here?
You know, I didn't think about that, but it is a distinct possibility. She is probably not. I'm honestly banking on her being so angry she doesn't hang up.
All right then. I guess in terms of bombs, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. But that's fine. It's fine. Let's
You
just
can put
let's just go
Sparky
ahead.
on like counterintelligence if you wanted, just like covering the tracks, so to say.
One, and can we like associate it with Ambrose's place?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Since we are here.
Trace their IP.
Fire up
Where
the
is it?
VPNs.
Yay!
Yeah, I mean, you could basically kind of like geotag it to where you're calling from. So yeah.
All is coming from inside Ambrose's office.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Let's do let's do computers for Annie to set that part up, and computers from Sparky to like set up counter hacking.
Roll 20 does not like me today. I rolled a 7. Can I use my holo card?
Yep.
Okay, so 40 total.
That's pretty darn good.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Would you be okay with me adding assassin to mine? Sorry to interrupt.
that is perfectly fine.
And anyone who's concerned that I'm calling her personal,
Oh no.
I am calling her personal, but she has no work-life balance. So her personal computer totally has all of her important work shit on it. This is part of the reason why we broke up, okay?
Oh, that's amazing. So Annie, you've got it set up perfectly to show that it's coming from like inside Ambrose's compound. Sparky, you unfortunately are having a struggle with the anti-counter hacking stuff that you're trying to do.
It's kind of like taking what you used to do and turning it inside out and backwards. Like normally I'm the one hacking into the place.
Yeah.
Sparky, was you
At this point-
an advantage?
I wouldn't be opposed to it, no. But if we have one, don't worry about spending one, because like this is not the worst case like situation.
I would also find it extremely hilarious if you stick with that nat 1, because Annie's gonna like call up Spark and be like, "So how's it going? You good to go?"
Exactly.
Like-
No, I'm totally
Alright.
fine with that because I have a script ready.
Okay. So you call in. Annie's got everything set up. and you hear
Oh wait. Before Lev makes the call, Annie's gonna call into Sparky and ask how their side of things is going if they're ready.
I think all you get is like muttered swearing in the background of the call. Like Sparky like picked it up, put it down while they're doing stuff, and they're like, "Hey Annie, I'm busy right now. I'm just doing the counter hacking." And you just hear like plugs pulling randomly out of machines.
Yeah, no, Spark, that's exactly why I called you, to see if you were ready to go. I think Lev's ready to make the call.
I think I'm good. Yep. And there's sparking going on in the background. I'm good. Yeah. No, this
Do
is.
you need a minute?
No. I got this. No, we're good.
All right, hang in there, Spark.
Sparky hangs it up
Annie,
like as soon as they're finished saying that.
yeah. Annie's like in the middle, and she goes, "Oh, okay, all right, well, that's it." And then she turns and looks at Lev, and she's like, "It's all fine. Don't worry about it. You go ahead and make the call."
So you make the call, and you hear on the other end, Dr. McLaren's office.
Hi, Elle.
Oh no, sorry. This is not the
shit.
doctor. I'm just the reception. I can transfer you over to her if you'd like.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Sure. Hold, please. And you hear the line get put on hold. And there's just the cheesiest, most stereotypical elevator music that's
It's
playing.
the same one that still plays now.
Yeah. And
Are you sure it's not the fucking Benny Hill theme? Because it feels like we're in that direction.
No, it's still the elevator music, and it still plays poorly. Like it kind of cuts out here and there. That makes you think somebody's picked up, but not really. It's just the
Did you
the
mean
sound
every
is
call
cut out.
music ever?
Uh huh.
Just hate
it
call
so
music.
But fortunately, that horrible thing that you have to sit through gives Annie a chance to try and hack into the system while you're waiting.
Oh, excellent.
Let's go ahead and roll computers. There you go.
With the holo card, that would be a 44.
Okay. Yeah, so you are into the office's central system. So now you just have to hack into Lisa's specific computer. Speaking of, she does eventually come on the line and say, "This is Dr. McLaren. How can I help you?"
Hi, Elle.
Hello?
It's it's Lavania.
Oh,
I
hi.
was just out and I thought of you. I thought I'd just call and see how you're doing. I know that you're probably at work because
Yeah.
it's very important to you.
It's wow. It's been a very long time since I've heard from you.
I heard. I mean, I started hearing about some of the stuff that was happening, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, sorry, I just you were the last person I expected to be on the end of this phone. That's good to hear from you, though. I'm fine. I'm actually really busy because of all of the things that are happening. The war and everything. They're keeping us pretty busy. But I'm safe. There's even less work-life balance than before. But I'm safe.
Are you? I mean, I've heard about what some of them are doing. Are you involved?
I mean, if I was, I wouldn't be able to talk about it. You know how NDAs are.
Yeah.
What? That sounds like there's something specific you want to know about if I'm involved with.
I know we didn't like. I was. I mean, I'd say part on good terms, but it's more like I kind of disappeared, right? But
Yeah, there was definitely a lack of Lev around the house all of a sudden. So
I just fuck, I don't know. I heard everything that was happening, and I was seeing the way that like public opinion was turning, and I just want to make sure that you're not involved with anything that's going to get you in a hot seat anytime soon.
No, I think I'll be fine. I really can't talk about that.
Yeah, right.
It's good to hear your voice, though. Are you okay? I have no idea what even happened to you.
I had floated around, went and kind of became a doctor for various professional groups around outside. I just needed some space from Earth and my family and you. But it doesn't mean I don't, think about you sometimes. And I mean, I definitely regret sometimes, but.
And Elise's voice starts to get, like, it started out sort of like shocked and surprised. And she just starts, you can tell, like, the all those feelings that she had before are kind of coming up to the surface. And so she gets a little bit bitter toned. She's like, yeah, well, you certainly got it.
Well, I mean, I kind of had it before anyway.
Yeah, was there something you needed?
Check in with Annie to see how we're doing.
Yeah, go ahead and make 2 computer rolls, because you've kept her on the line long enough.
Okay, smoky.
She gonna be so mad when she realizes what happened.
Oh, I'm burning
30,
this bridge.
36 and 44.
Yeah, with the 44, you do manage to get into her computer. And do you want to just like download what's on her hard drive, or is there something specific that you want to do while you're in there?
This is why I'm wondering what information we needed.
You know what? Just take it all.
Okay.
Just take it all. We've done this before. I mean, you wouldn't download a car, but just take everything we can get.
I was literally just thinking that, like, you wouldn't download a computer. Oh.
You never know when some of the other weird information will come in handy.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you start the download process. You got to keep her on the line for just a little while longer while that finishes. So
Annie makes a motion like a circular hand gesture to kind of, like, there you go. Yeah, like keep going.
Left is
Annie just gives her 2 thumbs up.
Are you still talking to my dad? I haven't.
Annie scribbles something on her paper. She holds it up to Lev and it just says, "Does she have a cat?" Ask her about her pets or something. Like, does she have a cat? Question mark.
Oh my god. No, I haven't really talked to him in a while. We talked for a bit because we didn't really know where you were, what had happened to you, but we kind of lost touch after a while. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you.
It's actually kind of hilarious. I lost his number somewhere along the way, but I still had yours. Do you think you could help me out here?
Yeah, hold on. And
Thank you.
you hear like the phone get set down, but not like on hold. There's like some shuffling of papers in the background. And as you hear that, Annie, you're at like 50% downloaded. And then, you know, she comes back on the line. It's like, yeah, I've got the number, and she reads it off. I'm sure he'd really like to hear from you. He was really worried about you. I mean, we both were.
It's nice to hear you say that. I'm sorry that I felt like running away was the only option, but
Yeah,
I hope that like you, I know you can't tell me about the work, but is it going well? I know that it was like you were just kind of newly hired.
Yeah, it's going great. You know,
You got you got a woman answering your phone for you.
yeah,
You big britches.
my brother was, you know, kind of a bigwig over here, and then he like, I don't know, there was something weird happened at the office, and
Is he okay?
yeah, he's fine. He just quit kind of suddenly and refused to talk about it. It was kind of weird, but yeah, he's over at a different company now, and I ended up with his job. So, yeah, the promotion's been nice. We're very busy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Whew. That's
Speaking of, I should probably get back, and then at that point it's at like 80%. Annie?
I feel like during this conversation, you know, while they were still speaking, Annie just looked at the paper that said, "Does she have a cat?" And she like tosses it aside and just throws her hands up, like, "Okay." But when she hears, you know, I should go, she like waves her hands animatedly at Lev, like, "No, no, no, no."
this is going to be incredibly intrusive and rude, but are you have you seen anyone since?
Annie like smacks her head against her hand against her forehead.
That is kind of
that was oh fucking classic me, right? Just completely.
Yep, you're as awkward as ever.
I still to this day have no idea what you even saw in me.
Well,
are you still in the same?
Well, I actually find awkward very charming. It's just the absence thing kind of killed it for me.
Yeah.
That is a weird question, but yes, I am seeing someone.
Ellen, I'm really happy to hear that.
You?
And he just starts nodding, just a violent nod.
It's complicated.
Yeah, that's mine's kind of complicated too. I don't get to see her very often.
Because of work?
Yeah, she's busy with, you know, a secretive work like I am, and you know, sort of an open thing.
You're sounds like you're a little bit made for each other then. But seriously, I am happy to hear that you found someone, and I hope that maybe when all this cools down, you two can take a vacation, or you like
Yeah, vacation would be nice. I have not had one of those in a very long time.
I mean, I don't think you even have you had a vacation since I, you know?
No, not really. No.
Ellie, I hope you can take a vacation soon. And she'll like look at Annie like, what are we doing? How long do I have to keep doing this?
It's at like 99%.
Annie just holds up one finger and starts waving it around.
And Elise goes, "All right, I really gotta go now. It's been interesting hearing from you."
I thank you again for the phone number and I it'd be nice if I could see you again sometime, but like not like not in a weird way, just in a fuck, never mind. I am the shit. And I like, please can we sing it like I mean if I'm ever in near Earth ever again.
Please, Raven, let the 100 tick over right in the middle of the sentence.
I was literally about to say it's at 100 now.
Annie slams her hand down and is just like, hang up.
I would actually think it's hilarious if you would slam your hand down on the receiver so I get cut off.
Absolutely. Annie will do that for you. Yep. She runs and she booms. Call ended.
If I'm ever around Earth, I'll hit you and then it's just like gone.
Yep. The receiver, you click it off. And you're just cut off mid-sentence.
She is never going to forgive me.
Annie just like the biggest exhale of breath ever, and she like slumps into a chair and she's like, that was the worst conversation I have ever been privy to, and I had to live with my parents. Lev, I had to live with my parents, all right? Like, that was painful, and I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, it sucked having you not around the house. You were never around the house.
Annie just sits there and she nods.
Oh my god.
Like as if she knows everything that went on, and she's just like this very sympathetic nod, like, yes, exactly.
I love Annie so much.
In fact, Annie stands up from her chair and she like, it's all done, and she holds her arms open. She's like, bring it in.
Oh, we're hugging. Fuck it, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Annie gives her a nice little squeeze, a little pat on the back. She's like, you did good, Lev. You did good.
It's for the good of the galaxy.
Good of the galaxy. You did some good work here today, friend. You really pulled it off, and I'm proud of you.
And if she didn't want her shit hacked, she shouldn't get involved with super secret ethical violations of shit.
Exactly, Lev. Good job. Good on you. When Annie turns around when Lev can't see her face, she's just like, oh my god.
Oh my god. So yeah, you got all the information that you needed. And then Sparky, I need a couple more computers rolls to see how the anti-counter hacking went.
Cool.
Okay.
I did go twice. So 30 and 44.
So there's some good news and some bad news. Which would you like
I do
first?
love mixed. Always bad. Always.
Okay, so the bad news is someone was successful in counter hacking you. The good news is that they pretty much just got your location, like your IP address and the physical location of where it was coming from. That's all they got. So
cool.
So we're gonna get out of here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
Sparky
God,
Sparky will message these
I'm
two.
just imagining her ex realizing that Lev is in a cult. And this is probably Lev's last
It's the one phone call.
The last contact you're allowed to make.
Yeah, this is her last contact she's allowed to make with the outside world.
I actually love that because she's gonna feel like shit.
I hadn't thought of that.
Try rescue Lev from the cult.
Oh my god. Sparky will message the two shortly after the call has ended and everything, and we'll just give them that thing. Like, yep, the counter hacking went off more or less without a hitch. They only found our IP and our location. We can change the IP. I think. Pretty sure we can do that.
That sounds like something we could do.
That's probably something we can do.
Given the sparking in the background, the plugs being dropped, Annie's gonna count that as a win.
That's just totally normal computer practice.
Can
They say,
confirm. I've worked with
counter hack
computers a
without
lot.
breaking a few chords.
Exactly. That's what they say, Sparky.
That's the saying.
For a little bit of the record, it's been at least 10 years since Lev
Oh
left
my
home.
god.
You want to talk about digging up a whole ass grave?
Damn. You bought an excavator.
This woman is going to be so fucking concerned when she finds out that Lev is at a cult.
Honestly, I think Sparky's more impressed than anything at Lev's
Hi,
choice
honey.
to do
It's
that.
cold.
Oh my god.
Remember how
And
I
then-
ran? Yeah. Oh, it turns out.
She's probably gonna start like replaying the conversation in her head, being like, "Wait, was any of that like code for like help me?"
I don't
I was
feel
like-
bad about this at all.
That's great. And then Annie, you got all the information that you needed. So yeah,
the whole computer.
yeah, the whole computer, downloaded the whole thing, and you found out that they're one of the biggest producers of a particular alloy that is used for making the like neural pathways in the androids. So like without that, they don't really work with the whole brain thing. And it's got a lot of it's like encrypted or in
I am
code,
curious
but
as to who her new partner is.
yeah,
Not for romantic reasons, but because she said they were also involved in some secret shit.
yes, she did. That is true. She did say that.
Listen, maybe I'll just get myself a scientist doctor partner who was involved with some secret shit. Carter?
Yeah. Carter, are you free?
I'm not starting a relationship because I'm angry at my ex.
Good call. So you find out that like it's encrypted and in code, but it's doesn't take you long to get that sort of figured out. Like you don't even have to roll for it. You know, like the warehouses where it's being stored. You know the trade routes that it's taking to get to the factories. And you even get like a list of the usual carriers for them because they don't go through normal shipping. They like have private couriers. So you've got some information on like ships and captain names and things like that. Not like, you know, this specific person will be on this specific route at this specific time. Like not quite that detailed. But enough that you can, you know, start to figure things out.
Well, I guess we know
Not
how
gonna
to
lie to
point
you.
Zevi at.
Not gonna lie to you, as an aside, I was 100% prepared to have Annie jump in there and pretend to be Lev's partner.
That's hilarious. Quinn messaged me separately and was like, you should have somebody pretend to be your new partner.
I was so ready. Annie was like, if it
Vanellope.
came up,
Same mind.
we're sharing the brain cell
Anarchy.
tonight. Yeah.
Love
Truly.
that.
Holy shit.
Oh, that would have been very funny.
I mean, you can call her back.
It's both
Hey,
of
by the
us
way-
fighting over Lev.
Oh my God, Lev calls back. I'm like, by the way, I've got a cool new partner too. And Annie's in the background going, what the fuck?
Yeah, she hacks for a living.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And she just hacked
She
you,
hacks for a
bitch.
living. Yeah, completely completely irrelevant to anything that just happened with this previous call, but she's a cool hacker, so like, get bent.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I was very tempted to say something along the lines of like, I'm really happy for you. I hope that you don't chase this one away so hard that they leave the system.
Oof. Oof. I mean, it's a good thing she
Damn, I
works
know
at
it's snowing outside, but it's cold.
like a tech lab where they would have you know, aloe cream for those burns.
Anyway, Lev was too panicked and awkward to do such things.
Never mind the aloe cream. Just throw the whole plant.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know, that's going to be Billy when she finds out that aloe helps with burns. She's just going to bring people with burn injuries and an entire aloe plant.
rub it a
Just
cake.
rub
Like,
the whole thing in the
Rub it
plant.
I don't know how this is supposed to work.
Until finally
Whoa.
Captain just walks in, like while making eye contact, breaks off one of the leaves, squeezes out the juice, and then hands it to them, and then just walks away silently.
All I could
Billy's
picture
like,
is Captain using the arm blades to do it.
Shoot.
Cap is so sick of our shit.
She's
Okay,
one bad day from venting us.
I
Oh
finally
my
got
God.
Lev to be the wreck this time, so I'm officially part of the crew. I feel like
You
now.
are, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You skated
Welcome
by
to
on the skin
the
of your
dumb
teeth.
idea worked.
You did it.
So I guess we should probably get out of here.
Yep.
And maybe contact. I'm not going to suggest or contact Zevi.
Oh no, Sparky's already on it. Yeah. Hey Zevi, just go over to some real fat trade routes. You want in? Basically
Oh my
something like
goodness.
that, you know. Open bidding to all the pirates in the area.
Also, I'm pretty sure Zevi probably thinks I'm dead.
Also that, yeah.
Yeah, she does. So I assume Lev is nowhere near the camera when you make this call, yeah?
I think Sparky would make it pretty much after the call with Annie
Okay.
to say like, oh, we're cool.
Lev is recovering. I'm gonna go make myself some hot cocoa.
Yeah, I don't think Sparky would call. I think Sparky would send off a quick message first. Because like, listen, it's the future. Don't just call people. They may not be home. They may be out blowing shit
She's
up.
probably
So
exactly. She's probably out blowing shit up.
Right? Can't hear the phone.
Through of the Shell Corp, because that was who Zevi had a
oh shit, you're
Oh
right.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
have to
Thank
get-
you.
You have to get dressed up.
Yeah. So Sparky would go put on their let me find the name of it. We'll go put on the outfit for Santa Marie, who is the contact for Conchcore.
Yep. Yeah, you get a message back that they are interested.
Conch Corp,
Yeah,
Shell
we're
Company.
a shell company.
Did you just get that? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear it properly the first
Oh.
time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Why not? I enjoy doing this voice. It's not Zevi that answers the line. It's one of her associates. And he's just like, "So you got a job for me?"
Yes,
Oh, no,
technically
it's-
I have a job for Zevi. So if she's
Yeah.
available,
She's
like to
busy
speak with her.
blowing shit up right now. Can't come
okay.
to the
So I take
phone.
it you're a message person. You can take a message to her then.
Yeah.
Good. I have some word about some trade routes that happen to have some particular items I'm interested in. And I have information on the wares, not so much the whens.
Right. Hold on. And you like hear this guy put his hand over the like phone receiver. Like, are we still doing piracy? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Sorry, quick aside, Raven. All I could think in my head was, looks like piracy's back on the menu, boy.
Yep. All right. So you need us to pirate this stuff, and it's gonna be there.
Mhm.
Yep, we can do that.
Good. The going rate, let's see. I'm just trying to think of like what's a reasonable amount for piracy. What do
Are
we
we gonna
pay
get them to
them?
blow up the supply place too?
We did, but we had them steal uniforms before
Yeah.
we did the laboratory raid. So I'm wondering how much we paid them for that.
Oh, no, I just meant, are we going to get them to blow up the supply?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's step 2. Does anyone have a rough idea of how much we paid them? Because I do not
I
remember.
don't remember either.
I know we're flush, so I just don't want to
we
give
didn't
them.
actually pay them. We hijacked the payment from the other people to make it look like the other
Oh,
people
that's
had it.
right.
Oh, fuck,
And
you're
we just
right.
paid them that way.
We just screwed them. Okay.
Them nothing.
Well, I am going to offer them money this time. At the very least, offer.
And we have unlimited funds through Matt.
Yep.
Raven, question.
Yes.
What's the going rate for piracy?
You
Ha-
could probably ask Lev
I
Yeah.
could probably ask Lev, actually.
what they were
Yeah.
taking
What's the
recently.
previous history?
we haven't dealt with currency in a bit. How much do
It's
you
true.
currently have?
803,500 credits.
Okay. So to commit a piracy,
Just one piracy.
Singular piracy.
probably around 200,000 plus a cut of the stolen goods.
Okay.
If they want to take
How
the
about we
silver.
give them the full stolen loot in a slightly less and 10,000?
10,000. That's such an undercut. Now I'd go 100 grand.
Oh,
at
sorry.
least.
Oh, sorry. No, I heard 20,000. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that makes sense then.
No, you're good. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, no, 100,000. And
Yeah, if we offered up as
all of
like,
it.
you can
We
take
don't
all
want
of
the
the.
loot. We just want
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So
We
with
wanna
that in
disrupt
mind, like he'll probably just give you a quote and be like, "Yeah, so that'll be 300,000 plus 10%."
300,000. Interesting. So I see Zevi's upped her rates then.
Well, there's a lot of demand for our services and that sort of thing.
Well, I suppose the other offers I have on hand are slightly better than 300,000. Do you mind if I call you back?
Well, we could probably do 275.
275. That's still pushing it a little much. I do have another crew on the line who's willing to do it for 200 flat.
Who'd you get?
Raven,
Uh-huh.
in Sparky's travels, can I say that they've maybe interacted with some pirate crews for the assassin?
Oh,
work?
sure. You can make up whatever
Okay.
name you want.
Cool. Travis and Travis Incorporated.
The Travises.
Yes.
Those guys are assholes. Half the time
They
they
are
just
assholes.
they just take the whole cargo and the money. You're much better off going with Zevi.
Well, it's a timely matter, you see. We kind of need this done as soon as possible, with as little concern for collateral damage as possible, if you understand my meaning. The Travises, they're a little too blunt for what I want. I want something a little sharper.
Oh. So you don't care if we blow stuff up in the process?
Frankly, as long as their prices go down, I don't care how much you blow up.
All right, hold on. And you just in the background, you hear this like sort of shrill voice being like, "What do you mean you want to do it for less than 300?" That is like, well, they said we can blow stuff up. How much can we blow up? Everything. And then so it's muttering back and forth. And then eventually
I'm
he
just
gets
imagining Zevi coming on the line. We'll do it for free.
yeah, so after conversing with my associate, we have decided that we will do it for 200,000 as long as we get to blow everything up.
You have carte blanche, that's a blank check, to destroy as much as you want, provided you do it in a timely manner. I would like this done within the next couple of weeks, at latest.
Oh yeah, we can do that. That's no problem.
Perfect.
I think we're stealing another ship in that sector in 1 week, so we can just blow your stuff up while we're at it. Maybe
I
we'll
do
blow it up with
love
the other ship.
efficiency.
It'll be great.
Now you're speaking my language. I'll be in touch.
Bye.
I love putting on that persona, by the way.
It's so much fun.
Also, you need to like name and make this an actual character now, because I love Sevi's second in command.
Yeah, genuinely. He's a good bean.
Oh. Yeah, I'll have to figure out a name. I love doing that voice. That's a fun voice to do.
It's good. And I will make a note.
I am also going to make a note here.
And then Sparky's probably going to put out an open call if they haven't done it within a weekish. Just kind of disseminating the information out on like pirate message boards. Like, hey, if you wanted a big score, I'm just saying these are pretty
Pirate
hot
message
trade
boards.
routes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, listen, what do you think the dark web is? It's just message boards. It's IRC chat rooms.
Speaking as somebody who has been on parts of the dark web, yeah, it's basically just message boards and like private rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Excuse me. I need a drink.
But I'm
after
not a
doing that.
criminal. I'm not.
So like we might
Okay.
want to check in with Dr. Carter to see how long she would want to stay with the good equipment before we peace out, and how long we think we could safely stay before we have to peace out.
Yeah, so Dr. Carter, you go
What was
Talk-
her first name?
Amanda.
Right.
So yeah, you go talk to her and like, things are going well. I think we could get this vaccine into human testing phase within I mean, if we cut some corners that are okay to cut safely, probably a month or two. Well, do we have a time frame that we need?
Kind of.
Did something else blow up?
Not yet.
Okay.
But given that you are on the side of trying to stop the whole brain androids, you might be happy to know that we are working currently on a plan to halt production.
Oh yeah, that's great. Hopefully that will make the whole war thing stop.
I'd be big into that.
Me too. Then can start working on like helpful things again, like curing diseases and
Fixing a lizard.
yeah, that too. Yeah, fixing problems instead of creating them. I would very much like to start doing that again. So,
Lev has kind of a soft look on her face, like that's fantastic.
yeah, I think it's good. And she's just sort of also being a little bit like that sort of awkward where you want to talk to the person, but you're also not sure what to say.
I can I mean we might have to talk as a crew to see how long we think we can feasibly stay here. But I'll
Is it
keep you updated?
yeah, that sounds good. Is it because of the creepy pastor guy?
I mean, that's a really good reason to want to leave. And I am more than happy to stick around to make sure that nobody comes and bothers you while you're working, and I also will help with the work, obviously, because I'm also it's more that we don't know how someone might have figured out our location.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, so we don't know. We'll have to talk to see how long it would take people to get here, or even like sort that out. And
Okay,
yeah.
well, I guess I
But, like,
better.
don't like rush yourself. We want to make sure that we're doing it right.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not gonna cut any corners. That would be dangerous for people.
I know.
Not having to wait for bureaucratic approval will significantly shorten the process.
I gonna go talk about that stuff I said I was gonna talk about.
Okay, well, I'll look forward to you coming back then.
Yeah,
can-
but message me if anyone comes to bother you, and I can run over.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll just have to like this human's fucking awkward. Like she's having the most awkward time right now.
Yeah, and like she gives you a smile and does like the hair tuck thing before going back to a microscope.
Oh, women who do the hair tuck thing. I'm fine.
Yeah. So that's she goes back to work, and I assume you go back to the rest of the crew.
Yes.
Sorry, our Zoom chat is very funny right now.
I was a Blizzard emissary. I just checked the Zoom chat. Okay.
I was laughing at the y'all are gay as hell. I mean, you're not wrong. So you go to talk to the rest of the crew about everything that just transpired, yeah?
Yes.
Like a crew meeting?
I figured we were due for one anyway.
Yeah, we've had
Probably.
one in a while.
Billy's gonna bring up. Would now be a good time to maybe incite a miners' revolt?
This is a perfect time to incite a miner's results.
How did we not think of that?
You are brilliant.
And also go. The best place to get the bacteria is gonna be in the asteroids and like the cracks and stuff, because that's where we always find that shit. And water carries it so well. Get it in their water system, and they're fucked. It's like that's why we had to line all the water systems.
Let's make sure the people that we don't want getting affected by that have those precautions.
Oh no, this is for like inert materials.
I mean, like we still don't want their
Yeah,
infrastructure getting fucked.
it's like Billy's.
Oh,
like,
true.
yes, but pipes are made of inert materials.
I was gonna say,
That's true.
or your ship.
So
Or
our
our ship.
spaceship. Oh,
That's
or your
true.
captain.
Mm.
Also-
that's the
also
most
that.
important one.
like Billy's like, I'm gonna put together a spray for the captain and everything else. So Billy's gonna go off and work on figuring out how to get our hands on some industrial grade stuff for probably through Fuel at Matt's, since she heard that we have like an account with them. Be like,
Okay.
hi, I need to get a whole bunch of this. Also, you're going to need to line all of your materials with this.
Yeah, you're able to get that sorted pretty easily. And since everybody's together, Rip actually clears his throat. Like, I could go get that on the shuttle. That way you don't have to worry about the cap here or infecting the ship.
Rip, did you just volunteer to help?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No.
I'll go with you. I don't think you know what you're looking for the bacteria.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I got some good news. I talked to the Reverend out there. He's had dealings with my former employer quite extensively in the past, so I did some checking. We're not on their radar anymore.
I was gonna like lean over to Spark and be like, "That was the cartel, right?"
Yeah, that was the cartel.
And Rip just looks super uncomfortable, like, you know, he's volunteered for something and he voluntarily helped out the crew. He's like, I'm doing good guy stuff and this feels weird.
These feelings.
Yeah. I have this warm, fuzzy feeling in my chest. Is that normal?
Sparky's gonna look at Rip and like, yes, you'll get over it. You'll be okay.
Just put some Baileys in your coffee.
He's also gonna hold up a hand. But We're gonna need somebody who can talk to people a lot better than Rip and I can talk to people.
I can talk to people.
Rip, you are a walking stereotype.
Like, it's like Billy looks at Rip and is like, I'm really sorry, Mr. Rose, but you're kind of really rude. Like, not in a nice way.
He just sort of looks at the rest of the group like, am I that bad?
You're kind of an asshole, yeah.
Mm.
All right, fine.
Like, you've gotten better, since you stopped trying to kill us. Still kind of have that new asshole smell, though.
All right, fine. Yep. Who else wants to go?
I'll go, if only because I want to figure out what the hell's going on with you.
Oh, sure. This won't be uncomfortable at all.
No, not for either of us.
I'm just gonna go prep the shuttle. He wanders off.
Billy's like, Lev, can you help me get together some containment things that are made entirely of plastic and glass?
Yeah.
And then ones that are entirely glass. And then probably some that are an oil mixture.
Plastic?
Well, the outer layer doesn't really matter. It's just going to have to be suspended in oil so it doesn't touch outside. There's
Gotcha. Yeah, got it.
things down there that will eat glass.
There's a lot I don't know about the universe.
There is also there's like 5 different ones that eat plastic.
Is saline good enough? I'm not sure I have oil to suspend them in.
Well, do you have like low viscosity oil like you use for cooking?
We do have that.
Yeah, I think
Also,
that'd
we
be.
could buy stuff from the cult.
There's that too.
This is also how you contain fluorine,
Neat.
That's really cool.
because fluorine eats glass. You have to have it suspended in oil or oil coatings, so it can't eat its way out.
There is a lot I don't know about organic chemistry.
Same.
I hear it's just absolutely buck wild when you get to like a secondary school level.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Secondary,
Yeah.
post-secondary.
When I learned about the fluorine stuff is when I started doing chemistry in college and stuff, and it was like, oh, neat.
That is-
Terrifyingly neat.
The only reason I know
Um,
about the iron-eating bacteria and the plastic-eating bacteria is because I love marine biology. Because those are in the deep oceans.
That's
is
really cool.
Probably be existent within ice pockets on asteroids.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I have like containers and stuff where we can like get them from the lab.
Yeah. I kind of imagine that in this futuristic setting that there's like
He's just gonna name off the bacterias, and Amanda Carter is gonna just go pale and be like, "I know what you need."
Well, she's off in the lab.
yeah, she's off in the lab.
I know. I'm just imagining them both going to the lab to collect things, and Billy just starts off naming bacteria. It's like, oh,
Yeah. I just had a
In the far
brain
future,
fart. Yes, I imagine they would have 3D printers
I was thinking the
that
same.
print like
Absolutely.
more than just like plasticky or metal stuff. Like it can just print a lot of different
oh,
tools and things like
You
that from
wouldn't
various
download an organ.
various
3D
materials.
oh my god, 3D glass printers would be so fucking cool. I cannot.
I think they are experimenting with those actually.
Yeah.
Glass powders that are heated.
Mhm.
Uh,
So yeah, you can like print off what you need. Probably not all on the ship, but I imagine the compound would have some of those resources, or you could get them in
They probably
town.
have their own manufacturing like stuff. If they're self-sustaining.
I mean, you got to print the bottles for the IPAs, so.
Yeah, right?
yeah, exactly.
And then Lev, you were wanting to ask the crew about time frame.
Yeah, basically just like how long do we think it would be feasible to stay here, especially since we know that they pinged us in this location. or someone pinged us. I don't know why she was like immediately hacking my phone call to her. Suspicious lady.
Do we know who this person is siding with? Like what faction?
She's making the compound for the NFT boys.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So probably just looking for which closest ships or like war zones that have them would probably be a start.
yeah. Just right
It
off the
could be a
bat.
Black Ops ship.
Yeah, right off the bat, you know that being in the Federation of Independent Systems, it's outside corporate space, so there's not going to be any ships in the immediate area. And given the situation where there's no clear, like, battle lines, there's no front lines for each side, it's just sort of all chaos and mixed together. Getting a ship out this far might be kind of difficult. So you figure you've got at least a couple of weeks before they would
Okay.
show
Family
up.
would be really distracted when Zevi's crew comes in to blow their shit up.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Possibly also distracted by the cult.
Potentially, yes.
Well, considering like we got asked when we came into the space what we were doing here.
True.
Yeah.
And they're corpse, so they probably will get the third degree, as you will.
Yeah, all of you know that there's like the two areas, they don't fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Like you don't cross the border unless you've got a really good reason to. Kind of like the Federation Romulan neutral zone kind of thing.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of like that. Not quite as tense as that, but pretty tense. So if a
It's
warship,
like no man's land. so to
yeah,
say.
if a warship went into Federation space, like they would there would be shots fired.
Okay.
Sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
At least we'll hear them coming.
Yeah. So you know you've got at least 2 weeks, probably more.
Excellent. That was my only concern.
All right. Is there anything else that y'all want to do like during this day?
Nothing for me.
Okay. That's probably a good spot to wrap up then for today. And then I will just end with Daisy going to the server room where Sparky was working before. And then everybody on the ship just hears, "Who did this?" That's where we'll end. Who broke my server room?
Arky just quietly gets up and leaves the table.
Wow, it's a good thing Sparky's getting off the ship for a little while.
Oh, that was fun. Before we go on a raid, I'll give everybody a chance to say what their favorite part was, where we can find them next, anything they'd like to share or plug. And we'll go reverse order, so we'll start with Goody.
Let's see here. My favorite part was Lev's conversation with the ex. It was delightfully awkward and so uncomfortable. I felt like I was sitting in like a Starbucks or a cafe or something, and the person next to me is talking on the phone to their ex too loudly, and you're just sitting there trying not to stare at them and be like, girl, get it together. Like, it felt like that. Also the idea that after everyone visited and had to talk to the Rev, disinfected themselves afterwards because they just felt so disgusted by him. I guess I at least wrote him exactly how I wanted to.
He is such an amazing, like, total scumbag character. I'm still impressed.
Your portrayal of him is incredible.
He's fun, but at the same time, I'm like, God damn, Goody, what's wrong with you?
This came from you.
Right? Like, oh no, I did this. But yeah, I will be here next time.
Awesome. Hannah, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you and anything you want to share, plug?
I feel like there's a lot that was really good, but then Raven, you absolutely blew me away with the nap.
I love doing that voice. It's so
It
fun.
made me so happy, and like Sparky's interactions with this guy were really great, but just like, mwah, love it. you can find me if you dare. But also I'll be back here for the next episode.
Awesome. And then Alex, favorite part, where can folks find you, all that good stuff?
It's an absolute fucking toss-up between awkward phone conversation and the Cabbage Man.
The Cabbage Man.
Cabbage.
That took me a
There you
second.
go. Y'all can find me back here next week with more bad jokes.
I did also enjoy the end of the call with Annie and Lev getting to interact, and Annie just being like, "What the fuck?"
That was great. And V, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share, plug?
I think everybody pretty well hit all the favorite parts. I enjoyed getting to play Annie just really goofy today. I feel like over the last little while, I've kind of forgotten what she was initially started out like. And I've just kind of run with the goofy, just going by the seat of her pants kind of vibe for Annie, which is really fun. But yeah, I'm excited to see where we go with our plans, considering we started way too deep with those.
We had
so it's
to
gonna be
tell
interesting.
all of ourselves, okay, we need to lighten up a little.
Yeah. Like maybe we're thinking a little too hard about this. Is anyway, we'll see what happens, I guess, where we go from here. I'm really excited. But yeah, you can find me online. I have an art Twitter, which is @PepperoDraws. And yeah, I'll be here next week. So tune in then.
Awesome. And then Quinn, same questions.
I mean, again, it would go amiss to not mention the fact that conversation was painfully real and made me sweat in anxiety. So well done. Good job. 10 out of 10. Never again. So the other one thing I would actually say is the Annie and Sparky both having the same brain cell. Of like, oh, we should pretend to be like your new partner and just totally get a dig on her. Because I'd messaged that to Hannah maybe 5 minutes beforehand.
Oh my god,
That's
funny.
beautiful.
You can find me back here next week as well. You can find me on my itch.io, which is itch.io/sequin, exactly as it's spelled in the chat there. Pretty sure that's what it is. And you can look forward to something there eventually.
Ooh,
When it's there.
awesome. That just leaves me. Yeah, my favorite part was definitely that phone conversation as well. That was a lot of fun to play out. And very fun to be able to go like, oh nope, it's still got like 50% and she's getting off the phone. That was so much fun. I loved everything that you threw out there, Hannah. That was just
Even the fact that if she looks back at that and every time she was like, oh, I'm trying to hang up, Lev was just like, no, wait. And she's like, she's at a cult?
oh, this was like a real cry for help. Like cryptic because they are listening to her.
Oh no, she actually needs my help. Oh no.
And then like a week later, her supply line blows up.
Yep.
I just imagine years down the line, after years of her just racking her brain on if Lev is in a cult and she sees Lev walking down the street somewhere and is like, wait a fucking minute.
I don't think Lev can ever go back to Earth.
Goodness. And then let's see where you can find me next. Will be Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time for Champions of the Fae. I'm really excited for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then Thursday, I have a private game going that's signups are available for. It is a horror game going through the one of the circles of hell in D&D, but the setting the players find themselves in is a modern day creepy grocery store that's like empty of people, and it's very surreal. It's a really fun one, and and it's straight up D&D, just not quite D&D like you've probably ever played it before. So it's a lot of fun. You can sign up for that, and we've got like 4 seats left. Yeah. And then Saturday, right back here from where Animus. So that's everything coming up for this next week. Other things to share or plug. Let's see. There is sponsors, which is Fundamental RPG. It's the system that this game runs on. There's all the info in chat. It's a simple D20 system. You can use it for sci-fi like we're doing here, or you can do high fantasy. I've done Phasmophobia clone with it. Like, you can do just a ridiculous amount of stuff with the system. It's very versatile. And you can pick up physical copies on Amazon, or digital version, or the free quick play guide on my Ko-fi, which is at the bottom of the screen. You can pick those up there. And then I'm also going to throw into chat the link for that game that I mentioned. So if you want to sign up for that, again, that's this coming Thursday, and that's going to be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And we've already got a couple players lined up. So definitely hop in if you'd like to play that game. And I think that's everything I've got for now. So we're going to go on a raid. We're going to go raid... how is it spelled again? There we go. Valdrianth. They're really cool. Should definitely give them a follow if you're not doing so already. And it looks like they are doing an Extra Life tabletop marathon. So very cool stuff there. Go say hi. Give them a follow if you're not doing so already. And then I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.